Someone were to ask you, what do you want most in life? A lot of us would answer, to be happy. But what does this actually mean? Is it pleasure, success, money, or even just a calm mind? This is what Aristotle asked himself more than 2,000 years ago. He argued that the good life was not about chasing momentary happiness, but about eudaimonia, a deeper kind of flourishing, built on purpose and growth. And if anything, that idea feels even more relevant today. We live in a culture obsessed with happiness. The worldwide well-being industry is valued at an astonishing $42.4 billion. Type happiness into the book section of Amazon, and over 50,000 results come up. And every day, millions of people scroll through social media feeds filled with quotes, tips, and hacks promising the secret to lasting joy. Over time, happiness has become the ultimate product, an ideal state we're supposed to buy into, chase after, and then proudly display like a trophy. And so we chase. We chase the perfect grades that promise fulfillment, the perfect appearance that promises confidence, the perfect friends that promise belonging. But what we realize is the more we chase, the less satisfied we seem to become. We've all felt it. You get the thrill of a new gadget, a new achievement, but soon it fades, sometimes faster than you expect. But what we realize is even when all our needs are met, lasting happiness still manages to slip through our fingers. As the Brazilian poet Vinícius de Moraes once put it, happiness is like a feather flying through the air. It flies light, but not for very long. It's a beautiful image, but also a biologically accurate one, and it only takes a look at dopamine to understand this. Dopamine is often called the feel-good chemical, but that's only half the story. Dopamine is less about the joy of having and more about the drive of wanting. It's about anticipation, not fulfillment. It motivates you to seek food, shelter, status, everything you need to pass on your genes. But when you get the reward, the chemical drops off, and that's by design. If pleasure were permanent, our ancestors would have stopped hunting and building, and that would have risked the survival of the human race itself. But you see, that system worked beautifully for our ancestors. But in today's world, where survival doesn't depend on constant striving, that same neurochemical loop leaves us stuck in what researchers call the hedonic treadmill, the cycle of wanting, getting, and then wanting again. So, if our brains weren't built to keep us happy, then maybe the problem isn't us, it's our definition of happiness. This is where Aristotle comes in. He spent nearly his entire life trying to answer that deceptively simple question. What is the good life? He takes a rather unusual approach to it, by beginning by asking, what is it that makes being human distinct? Plants grow, animals feel and move, but humans, we think. We reason, deliberate, choose, and reflect. Therefore, a definition for a flourishing life, or eudaimonia as he called it, must include some form of rational activity done well. A second realization was that of virtue. According to Aristotle, a flourishing life wasn't something that just happened to you. It was something that had to be cultured through the development of excellent character traits. Generosity, honesty, courage, to name a few. Virtues must lie between two extremes. This is called the doctrine of the mean. Courage, for example, lies between cowardice and recklessness. Generosity between stinginess and wastefulness. Now that adds two more elements to our definition. Eudaimonia is now virtuous, balanced activity, drawing on reason. If we bring this back to the modern day, I think we can sum up these three philosophical claims into one key idea. I would argue that in today's world, the good life is about having purpose and working virtuously towards it. An entrepreneur having to deal with setbacks, rejections, and financial uncertainties isn't happy in that moment, but their life is full of purpose. An athlete pushing through exhaustion, a student working towards a long-term goal. These experiences are not about ease or comfort, they're about value. Because as Mark Twain once said, the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Thank you.